dragged the United States in this war and is now pulling the rest of the world along with it. How do you see this ending?
Well, I think we have concrete goals, how to do it, how to end it. We want to, as I said, decimate the ballistic missile program, which we're doing, decimate the nuclear program, which we're doing. I think that those are goals that are achievable, but I'm not going to put a schedule or a stopwatch on it.
There are oil fields around the world that are burning. Gas prices are going up. The war is popular here in Israel. It is not popular with many Americans. So my question was, how do you see this ending? Not why, not even when. What do you imagine the day after will look like?
Well, we have achievable goals, and I'm not going to speak about the full battle plans that we have with the United States. We're well coordinated with them.
Adding, Israel wants new alternative routes for the flow of oil in the Middle East that go through Israel.
That is definitely possible. So I see that as a real change that will follow this war. But I also see this war ending a lot faster than people think.
Netanyahu went on to say that it is the United States leading this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jenn. Thank you so much for joining me today. TGIF, guys, we are going to be talking about the astrology of Iran, Israel, the United States, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice. We got a lot to talk about because the things that we were seeing prior have come to fruition. Now we are going to be looking ahead. Going to be looking at today, tonight, on through the weekend, because what Yahoo is talking about, it ending before anybody realizes, I think we're being duped here. I think we're being duped, guys. I really do. Thank you so much for joining us today. Shauna, hello, honey. Yes, please subscribe, guys. Hit that thumbs up, do what you can for the channel. Thank you so much, Janet. Hello. Hello, Creed Designs. Thank you guys so much for being here today. On this beautiful day, you could be anywhere else doing whatever it is, but you're here and your time is so appreciated. Hello, Jill. Jill is making her way to the good old state of Tennessee to search for Sebastian Rogers again. Thank you so much, Jill. You just have no idea how much we appreciate you, girl, like for real. Because Jeff and I, we could do it on our own, but the more the merrier, right? The more eyes, the better. And I think that this hotspot is one to definitely clear for Sebastian Rogers. So thank you so much. Little Red's going to be in the bushes. All right, girl, be in those bushes. That's fine. Y'all just hit that thumbs up, okay? So this is what Netanyahu is talking about. This is what he is talking about. All right. So Tucker Carlson, he just had the professor on his channel. And let me tell you something. The interview that he did with Joe Kent was phenomenal. It told us everything we needed to know about Charlie Kirk, validating, confirming what the astrology has already shown back in September. September 9th, we saw it. We talked about it on September 10th. Didn't know it was going to be an assassination, but definitely saw that it was going to be a spiritual awakening, if you will. And that is what is beginning. Charlie Kirk's assassination, public assassination, has truly began a spiritual awakening. Thank God. Thank God. We may just actually move on from the old kings and queens of old, thousands years old, the dogma, the rhetoric. Thank God that Tucker is actually talking to the professor, because Professor Yang, who was born in China, but lives and has lived in Canada, is phenomenal with his game theory, He is phenomenal with knowing exactly what is up with this religious bullshit that has been going on and that's been programming us for thousands and thousands of years to divide us. Thank God Tucker is actually, he may be seeing the light pretty soon. If he checks out Professor Yang's work, phenomenal. Phenomenal. I cannot wait to show you guys this. It's an hour long. We're not going to go over it because we got to get into the astrology, right? But I do want to take some time because I'm really excited that Tucker has interviewed him. I absolutely love it. So let's take a look at this, okay? Let's take a look at this, guys. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you, babe. Good to see you, Sandy. Hey, guys. Thank you so much.
I don't know a great deal about you, but I have seen a number of your videos in which you make remarkably accurate predictions.
And the fact that he doesn't really know who the professor is even better. Even better. And it's not the professor is psychic or anything. He is just analytical. He is analyzed patterns. And you could say that that is psychic. We are all psychic, okay?
So that's what I know about you, and I'm impressed by that, by your ability to call events before they happen. So with that in mind, let me ask you, where do you think this war in Iran is going? How will it be resolved? And what are the consequences likely to be?
Well, thanks so much for inviting me, Tucker. I'm a huge fan. I've been admiring your work for a number of years now.
Thank you.
So I think that this war in Iran will be very similar to the war in Ukraine, meaning that this will be drawn out, be a war of attrition. Neither side will concede defeat, even though it is in their best interest to reach a ceasefire. And this will have dramatic consequences on the global economy. And this war could drag on for years and years. Already, we're seeing major repercussions on the global economy in that flights are being canceled. In Southeast Asia, they ran out of fuel, so they're asking people to stay at home. And in a few more months, experts are predicting a food shortage, meaning that nations will be forced into food rationing. And today, there's a major escalation in that the Israelis struck the largest gas field in Iran, and Iran retaliated by attacking.
And we saw that. We saw that with Saudi Arabia. I just put the video out this morning, guys. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Because a lot of times when I'm doing the World Live Astrology and I'm talking about it, I remember because I'm the one reading it. You may not remember it. You may be preoccupied doing something else. You may be washing dishes while I'm talking about it. You may be talking about something else in chat, but I remember. And so when I was talking about Saudi Arabia, what was the dates? I was seeing that, the exact date that it was hit, that their oil refinery was hit. Remember, there was a darkness, a dark moon was coming to the ascendant of Netanyahu. There was things going on, transformation, energy, this transformative energy, all this information that was coming in to Pete Hegseth. There was an opposition. He was being opposed. Pete Hegseth was being opposed. There was drones going over his place. That's what was happening. That's exactly what was happening. And we foresaw that because of degrees, oppositions. Palace was shaking things up with Pete Hegseth's aura, his magnetism. I've read astrology for years. This is my job. This is what I do every day. And this channel, if you haven't become a member, you should. If you haven't subscribed, you should. If you haven't liked this video, you should. Because this is a unique channel. And I'm very confident when I tell you to write things down. I mean it. I'm that confident. So let's keep on going. Keep on going, guys.
Attacking energy infrastructure of the GCC. And Iran has stated that its purpose, its goal, its strategy is to move oil to $200 a barrel, which will have a really significant impact on the global economy because the entire global economy is based on access to cheap energy. So unfortunately, I think that we can expect this war to drag on for years and years. Eventually, America will send in ground troops. Eventually, the Strait of Hormuz will be contested. Eventually, this will spread all across the world. Eventually, other nations will be drawn in. So Saudi Arabia is thinking about declaring war on Iran. And Saudi Arabia has a mutual defense pact with Pakistan. So Pakistan will be drawn into this war. So things are spiraling out of control. And just recently, Ali Larijani, who is the de facto head of the Iranian war effort, was assassinated. And he was a pragmatic elder statesman in Iran who had the authority to negotiate a ceasefire. Now that he's gone, there really is no more off-ramp. So both sides are committed to a long war of attrition, and the consequences for the entire global economy are quite.
Zegrid releases immediately and blocks acid that causes heartburn for 24 hours. Feel the difference.
You know, people.
Dire.
That is, I wouldn't say that's the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario would include a nuclear strike by one or more actors and the destruction of the Aqsa Mosque complex in Jerusalem, which would spark a religious war. So that's as bad as it could get, but you've just described one step before the worst, which is protracted, destructive, impossible to stop. So my question is, because there are so many global players, big global players, the US and China, I think, who would be hurt by this, why is there not an incentive to get it settled quickly, and why can't that happen?
Right. So once this war starts, it achieves a momentum and a logic of its own. So the United States doesn't really have an off-ramp, meaning that if it tries to negotiate a ceasefire with Iran, Iran would ask for reparations, about $1 trillion, basically. It would ask for the United States to leave the Middle East permanently to ensure its long-term survival. If the United States were to do that, then the GCC nations would collectively become client states of Iran, because only Iran can guarantee their safety, as well as use of the Strait of Hormuz.
That's right. And so what this professor has done is he has seen the patterns. And guys, if you haven't subbed up to him, there's a bunch of channels now on YouTube with the professor. And these channels aren't monetized. But he says freely use his work, monetize it, get it out there, because it's not just the wars that he talks about in his lectures. His lectures are phenomenal. I've listened to lectures my whole entire life. And Manly Hall is my dude. He's my dude. He's my all-time dude. He's been dead for a while. But the modern lectures that I now listen to is Professor Yang, because he knows his stuff. And I don't want to waste my time on a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of fluff that is absolutely not true. He doesn't go into anything that is not true. He is spot on every time. So Professor Yang, he has phenomenal lectures when it comes to religion that's on point. There's some things I think that he could spruce up a little bit, but he is spot on. Absolutely spot on. Thank you, Dinah. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You've been struggling feeling hungover. Just like you said yesterday. Well, did I? Yeah, synthetic fluff. We don't like that. We want things to be spot on. Okay. We don't want a bunch of fluff. So here it is that Tucker is now, I'm just so excited. Like, this is a great pivotal moment for Tucker. We're going to have to look at his. Let me go ahead and write him down. Let me go ahead and write his down because we need to look at him. Oh, Tucker, his world has just changed. His world has just changed by interviewing this man and looking more into him. Beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay, so that's really all I really want to talk about because I wanted to show when we first began the live Netanyahu with his BS. And I wanted to show this pivotal moment in Tucker's life. Okay. The video, okay? We could go over the video, but I want you guys to take a moment tonight, this weekend, and look at the World Astrology Chat, the video that I created this morning to show that what I said and the people that I was seeing that was going to be transformed, like Pete Hegseth in Saudi Arabia, it came to fruition same day that we were looking at it. So I want to go ahead and open my software up. Let's get going on the astrology. Are y'all up for that? Y'all up for the astrology? What's up, Barb? Good to see you, girl. Yeah, Tucker definitely needs some protection, and I think Mr. Yang does too. Anybody that is talking about the war or talking about how we shouldn't have went in there, how people are wakening up to all this bullshit. They need to be protected. You know what I mean? They need to be protected. So if y'all are ready for the astrology, so am I, because I live for it. I live for it. Okay, here we go. Let me take this off so I can share my entire screen. Hopefully my pen works. You know how that goes. Share the entire screen. Let's get into the astrology. The astrology. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, we got the Department of Justice already up. Oh, hold on. No, don't want that. Let's look at the clock right now as it ticks. Let's look at the ticking clock. Okay. So we are rising with Leo. We are descending with Aquarius. All right. So the first thing that I see right now is there is a relationship. There's a relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell in the 6th house of health. There is a relationship with Arizona right now. So there could be some things going on. I know that there is definitely some things going on in Arizona right now with Nancy. And I say that because we've talked about that a bunch when we have Nancy astrology videos. We've talked about this day and how today is a big day to watch her and her relationship with Hillary Clinton and her relationship with Arizona. And what else was I seeing here? Oh, and the FBI is coming into transit with Tommaso tomorrow. This 2656, that is Homeland Security. It's also Massachusetts. The 2556, this is the 3rd house of communications. This is with the FBI. FBI is working hard today. Oh yeah, this 1808, there's some shakeups with Hillary Clinton with the investigation. You can see that Mercury is stationing, and it's conjunct the North Node, conjunct Vesta, the flame of life. There is a reigniting. There's something from the past that is coming back to shake some things up. The media there is a lot that is happening with the media today. 457. Oh, there is a reigniting of a flame with Pete Hegseth. And then the 458, that's going to be China and Netanyahu. I mean, not China. Yeah, China and Netanyahu. China and Israel. There we go. Going to be a reigniting of a flame. We could see more drones. We could be seeing more drones. Let's see. I wonder what is going on with Ghislaine Maxwell right now. things going on with Homeland and Maryland. Homeland and Maryland. This is also Sebastian Rogers. And, we were just talking about him. So the missing boy out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. What else can I see here? All right, let's go ahead and pull up. Let's stop this right now. And let's pull up Iran. See what we can tell with their chart. Hope you guys are doing good. Please make sure and hit that thumbs up. If you haven't, it's okay. Just go outside the live, hit the thumbs up, and come right back on in. Really appreciate you guys. Hey, Jaywood Mimi, did you see Netanyahu video that said Jesus could not stop Genghis Khan? No, I didn't. I didn't. He is such an idiot. He is such an idiot. Wow. Wow, Netanyahu. Oh, Nettie. Net. BB. Unbelievable. Okay, so we've got, let's look and see what we can see here. I tell you what, I've been waiting for this wisdom with Poseidon to come on down, because as it makes its way in retrograde, it's a 1709 and it's going to go to a 1708, 1707, and then a 1706. And these 17 degrees, okay, this 1704 is pertinent. So we've got some days. We do have some days, but I tell you something. I do watch the Schneerson dude. Who is he? Well, he is the rabbi, the Shabbat, the fanatic. He's dead, but he is the one that has initiated Netanyahu and the burden for Netanyahu to bring about the Messiah. So he is constantly in transit right now. Because, all these dead guys, they are still ruling us today. It's absolutely the most ridiculous thing I see. Absolutely ridiculous that they would be ruling us today. So what I'm seeing is this. I'm seeing that there is a relationship, this 2734. Look, this 2734, Arizona does have it. So does Ghislaine Maxwell. So I know that there's things going down with the health with both Arizona and her. Maybe her relationship with Arizona and Nancy. But this 2734 is also it's a degree in which I associate like UFOs, like unidentified flying objects, like drones. Okay. The 2734 is going to be making contact. It's going to be activating the Iranian home, the home life, the home of Iran with the media. There's a relationship. So we're going to have to watch that. We're going to have to watch that. And that's coming today, just a couple of hours. That'll be in fruition, and we will see it. We'll see it in the news. We'll definitely see it. See what else we can see here. Let's see. Saturn is a 409. Saturn is a 409 right now in Aries, and it's making its way to a relationship. Limits and obstacles with a relationship, with war. Is so much. We are not going to see this end anytime soon. You can forget that. It's not happening. It's not happening. And the other thing too that's not happening is our market, the stock market, the money markets. That's not going to rebound anytime soon either. It's just not. It may for a day or two, but it's not. It's not able to. We simply aren't able to. Okay. The physician is going to make its way. It's coming back down in degree to oppose once again children, schools in Iran. That'll be coming. It's going to be a while, but it'll be in another week or so. It's going to come. It'll come. There'll be another school. Children are suffering all around the world, but definitely in places like Iran. Cuba is doing really bad. We're going to have to look at Cuba because that seems to be on the agenda of the warmongers. Looks like the 1751 with Venus. Venus has already went over the fourth house of home with Vulcan, and well, they have gotten new assets. They have received new assets for war. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means. No doubt about that one. Let's see. This 419, if I remember correctly, it could go to Nigeria or Africa. I'll have to look at that. We definitely need to look at some of the warplanes. I mean, warships, that 1356. I remember that's the Michner, or something like that. Something like that. Oh, Shauna just gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Shauna. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to the watchers, guys. Welcome. Gifted 5. Not just 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. Thank you so much. Yeah, YouTube decides who they go to. Anyone that is a subscriber, they get one, whether they want one or not. They get one. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shauna. Very sweet of you, honey. Thank you so much for supporting all the time and every which way you can. Thank you so much, babe. Really appreciate you. Okay, so let's get back to the astrology. Thank you so much, Shauna. Thank you, darling. Okay. Let's see what else we can see here. That's going to be a while. Let's see. That's going to be a while. Looking to see what it is. There's definitely going to be a major transformation, guys. There's a major transformation that is coming to Iran. And when I tell you that it could have to do with one of their religious sites, it could have to do with one of their religious sites. This is definitely this ninth house is about religion. It is about the war with missiles. It's about long traveling missiles or drones. It's also universities, planes, not just missiles, but planes too, and these religious sites, international law. There is going to be a major transformation. This 1704, it's going to be, we really need to watch that. Let me tell you when that's going to happen so you can write it down. Let me tell you when that's going to happen. 1704, and I always look at it from my point of view. My default is Nashville, Tennessee. It'll always be my default, no matter where I'm living. It's a default. So tomorrow we're going to see major issues going on with the FBI. Major issues with the FBI. And then let's keep on going. 1704. Where's my wisdom with Poseidon? There it is. Okay, we got a hot minute. It's going to be March 30th. Today is the 20th, so we got 10 days. 10 days. Ooh, mercy. Mercy me. This is not good. This isn't good. And I see things that rather than spouting it out, we'll have to look at the astrology and look. That 1356 with Hades is moving forward. That's what it is today. It's at 1356 moving forward. We got some things to talk about, to look at with this. It's going to be a big day. It looks like a reigniting of atomic energy, plasma. Let me see when this starts. Let me save this one because I want to see when it starts as well. Hold on. Yeah, Anna Wood, he is so spot on. I just love him. Okay, so let me go back. Hold on. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. This is not a good one. Let me go back. Hours. Let's get it to that 1704 exactly when it begins, because it could be a 24 to, who knows how long transit. I definitely see King Charles with this. Definitely see King Charles. What else? What else? What else? Okay, I'm going to stop it. So this is late Sunday night on the 29th. This is when it'll begin for a lot of emotional, major attention on the country of Iran. And I do see King Charles with this. So let me go back. It's going to be a day, March 29th, March 30th. Mark it on your calendars. It's with Iran for sure. It's going to be a major transformation in the public eye with them. You're thinking, well, it's already been a major public. Well, yeah, it has, but this is going to be severe. Whatever it is, whoever it is, we're going to try to get down to the bottom of it, but we got some days to go first. So let's go back. Let's look at the transits again. Okay. The FBI is in this big time. Homeland Security, Maryland. Let me just look and oh, Missouri. I'm seeing other things here too. Okay. Just making sure. Let me look at see what's going on in Maryland. If there's anything going on in Maryland, let's look at the news. Maryland Republicans propose emergency legislation to suspend gas tax. Well, that was 19 hours ago. Excuse me. Soaring prices, Maryland Republicans make political push for gas tax. Call for gas tax. Gas tax. Okay. 2 tornadoes confirmed in Maryland's for Monday's storm. Tornadoes in Maryland. Interesting. Prince George County woman who had leg amputated wins 18 million. This is happening right now. It could be the gas tax. Woman sues senior living facility where employee allegedly killed her longtime partner. This could be gas tax, but there is also something going on with Homeland Security with communications about 2 people, and I already think I know what it is. I think I already know what it is, and I think it's this Corey dude and the Naomi girl. The health of the Homeland Security, and if it's like we already know that all of our agencies are compromised. Like they need to just be we need a redo, a reset. Pentagon deploys Marines, sailors to Mideast. Donald Trump honors Navy team. Senate fails to advance DHS funding bill for 5th time with no deal in sight. 20 minutes ago, there it is. There it is. Department of Homeland Security. No deal in sight. God. Anthropic meets with House Homeland Security behind closed doors. There's a lot of deals going on behind the scenes, isn't it? Hey, Marianne, Cinderella. Good to see you guys. Lots of deals going on, lots of deals going on behind the scenes. Let's get back. Let's get back. Okay. We know that the chatter is in the transits. Let's look at Qatar. We already knew things were coming to them. And it did. It did. Let's get Qatar with the current transits right now. And it looks like Mercury is going to be opposing them in their sixth house of health. Mercury is already opposing them, but it's at a hard station. It's at an 829. It's going to station at an 830. And then it's going to come back and fully oppose their sun. Not good. And as it keeps moving, it's going to oppose their Venus and so on. Not good. Not good. The communications aren't doing well in Qatar. Their communications with who they think are allies, well, they need to rethink who it is that they're really trusting. In a war, we all lose. There's no winner. There's absolutely no winner. But this is looking, let's see. Interesting. All of this Piscean energy, all of this Piscean energy right here with the shakeup, with Mars, with the North Node, with the flame of life and Mercury is all right here in the past. And there hasn't even there's going to be a justice. She's making her way, Australia, she's making her way here to sit here for a few hours and ignite this whole 12th house with groups, with the sea, with war. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not even done yet. Absolutely not done. $10.21. The dark moon will activate their dark moon in the 7th house. It's about the contracts. They're not doing good. They're just, I mean, this isn't good. This isn't good for them. Not at all. And Uranus is making its way to shake them up with investigations, with groups, with, any type of oil, any type of assets, anything that they have, it's about to be shaken up. It's going to be. This is just bad. Bad, bad, bad for Qatar. So, I mean, RIP. RIP, man. So let's look at Kuwait. Anybody that y'all want me to pull up, I don't mind doing that if it has to do with the war. Any of those in the Middle East, if you're concerned about, say, India or one of the other ones, just let me know. I'll pull them up with today's transits and do a quick read on it, see what's coming. Kuwait, my goodness. Look at all of that. When we look at Kuwait's chart and we see, okay, we've got all of these 29s. This is so, wow. Critical. The health, relationships for Kuwait, period, is critical. And their health with oil, their health with other people's money, with other people, with, these terrorist groups. It definitely connects to Israel, connects to no. This is connecting to Russia. That's connecting to Russia. Actually, it's opposing Russia. That's in an opposition with Russia. Let me go back. And the connection with Iran as well. with terrorist groups in Kuwait. Interesting. Yeah, we'll definitely look at Israel and Netanyahu too. All those 29s is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see. The sun has just come into Aries. We are now officially in Aries season. Officially in Aries season, guys. So this 208 was Ceres. Ceres is, I think of Ceres as a lot of religious rhetoric, religion, churches, things like that. But it also carries something else. It carries a pattern with me when I'm reading astrology with directed energy, like directed energy weaponry. So there's going to be directed energy. This 208 is going to come to their series. And there's going to be some directed energy. Again, I'm thinking that this is going to have to do with one of their religious sites. There's going to be something with their religious sites. Like one of those that's hands off. Hands off. This 1005, it's already made contact. The dark moon has already made contact, and major transformation here with Kuwait. Let's look at Kuwait. Major transformation. Possibly with the school. Iran hits Kuwait oil refinery as Israel renews attacks. That's 4 hours ago. That's not it. Nope. This has just happened today. This has just happened. Trump officials bypass Congress to sell weapons to UAE, Kuwait, and Jordan. They bypassed Congress. That's 14 minutes ago. But this has it is the way that they create at home. But at the same time, we may not be hearing just yet, but there could be something happening with the school. All right. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on from there, but the North Node is definitely coming. The North Node is going to come and sit here on their 12th house. God, Kuwait's just not, oh God. On their Chiron, all this pain that they have. All this pain, and there's going to be a reigniting of a flame at the same time with death, with things from the past. It's a never-ending battle, isn't it? Never-ending battle with it's bad. Let's look at Israel. And then we're going to look at Netanyahu. Israel. Oh, thank you, Dinah. Thank you, honey. Israel and transits. Okay, so Israel's on the left, transits are on the right. That's what we're looking at. It's going to be a while before this dark moon comes to the third house of communications, but it's coming. She doesn't slow down. She just keeps on going forward. So this isn't going to be over anytime soon. Let's see. All of this Piscean energy. We want to see what it's looking like over here. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a shakeup, big old shakeup with how Israel brings in money, lots of attention. This could be a drone. This could be any type of vehicle any type of vehicle, lots and lots of attention. They are being shaken up right now, right now, right this moment. Their friend group, how they bring in money. That could be the UAE, bypassing Congress. That could definitely have something to do with it, with that 2818. That could definitely have something to do with it. It being in Leo, it does make you wonder if, again, if there is some type of school, if there's some type of thing, something going to be happening with kids. So we'll have to watch that before we get off the live. We need to watch that. We need to see if y'all see anything. If you hear anything, let me know, because there's the possibility of that. Okay, there's definitely a possibility, and it may not be Israel. It may be one of their neighbors. It may be one of their friend groups. I mean, that could even be the United States, but I don't know. Hmm. See, the dark moon is at a 10 degree. And even though it's in Sag, even though the 10 degree is in Sag, any of the 10 degrees, okay, like their Mercury, Israel's Mercury is a 10 degree, and it's in an opposition with the dark moon. The dark moon is actually here. Okay, so this dark moon at a 1005 is actually right here. She's transiting right here with the values. Israel's values that are deceptive with religion and the war, okay, is going to be opposing their Mercury. It's already opposing their Mercury. It's going to continue to oppose their Mercury, especially with their leader, Netanyahu. Everything that he says is leading other people to have disordered aggression with his country, Israel. That's the way it is. We can see it in the transits. The only person that can do anything about it is him, and he is not shutting up. He continues to say things that he shouldn't be saying, doing things that he shouldn't be doing. So it is what it is. So as the dark moon comes to that 1021 and opposes Israel, it's going to oppose the communications. It could even be some type of mine or some type of assets, money, hidden things are hidden here. And once it gets done with that 1021, it's still here. And then it's going to come and activate things that are hidden, things of the past with governments, government health, and it's going to hide. It's going to hide back here. It'll be a false flag. Okay. It'll be a false flag when that dark moon comes to that 1034. It's coming. So we got the 1021, 1034. We'll be watching that. 1031, 1024. Let's look at it. We'll write it down. 1021. 1021, 1034. 1021. That's going to be March 22nd, Sunday at 11 p.m. That's when it's really going to oppose Israel. Major opposition for them with the dark moon. So I'm going to stop it here so I can investigate it later. And then the 1032, I think it was a 1032 or 1034. That's going to be coming on March 24th. Let me see when that was. What was that one? It's a 1034. Oh, shoot. Right there. So that's going to be Tuesday. So the 22nd, the 24th at night, that's when it's coming. And this 2220, this is this 2220. Well, that's Iran. That's Iran, guys. This is going to be a big time. Big, 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 big. Oh, man. Lord. It's making me, I can even, guys, I can even see, y'all know who I see in this chart too, heavily? Epstein. You know, Mr. Intelligence himself. Epstein. Definitely seeing Epstein in this too. So, that's what I'm seeing. For Israel, let's look at Nettie. Let's look at Net. There isn't a chart for Greenland. The only thing that we could, because Greenland is owned by, or it's, we would have to look at, oh shoot, I can't think of it. Denmark. We'd have to look at Denmark for Greenland. And we could look at Denmark, but I don't know how they would fit into this war. Michelle, let me know what you think. How they fit into this war. How Greenland fits in here. So Netanyahu, oh yeah. So the 24th, so the 22nd and the 24th are going to be big days for Netanyahu as well, especially the 24th. There's going to be a lot of fate with him, with information that's coming in. We know that the dark moon, remember the dark moon was coming to Netanyahu, and it did. We saw what happened. They did a little oopsie. Trump got onto him, did a little oopsie, and blew up. I can't even remember, Qatar, or no, Saudi Arabia. No, I'm sorry. They blew up an oil refinery in Iran, and then Iran retaliated. So, or a gas field, and Trump got on to Netanyahu. Well, that's what it was. The dark moon is still on its way. Okay. It's still on its way to Pete Hegseth. We just haven't gotten there yet. Okay. Just haven't gotten there yet. There is definitely a relationship that has just come upon and shaken Netanyahu up in the 11th house of groups and how he is bringing in money. The thing is that there's a lot of warring that's going on with him today. This 2500 that Eris is at, okay, all day long is with his magnetism and the magnetism that is in the public eye. And it's all about children. So again, I'm really concerned, guys, I'm really concerned about children, schools, as we move forward in the next few days. Like today. Like beginning today. This is worrisome here. Because there's going to be a reigniting of a flame, and it's already taken place as I've been on this live with him in China. Him in China. That 458 is him in China. The 458. He has the Uranus at a 458. China has the 458 Uranus. So there's a lot of shakeups with drones, with intelligence, with cyber. That's what this war is really picking up with. All the cyber attacks, email hacks, things like that. A lot of shakeups with the internet, with friend groups, and with his friends, with the intelligence at home. So lots of shakes. There's a lot of shakeups. Okay, what else? What else are we seeing? Saturn is definitely going to be making its way. It's just not there yet with the 4th house of home. So again, this war isn't ending anytime soon. He's lying. There's no way. No way. And the dark moon is actually on its way to his Venus. Let's look and see when that's going to happen, because that's going to be a big deal. Huh. When it comes to Venus, it's all about the values of the war, the religion. Let's go to that. 1223. When is that going to happen? 1223. 1223. That'll come after that dark moon hits Pete Hegseth, his ascendant. There it is. April 10th, when we wake up, April 10th, this is it. April 10th. It's going to get that Venus, his values. His values. Interesting. Let's go ahead and stop that. So we can look at that another time. So those values are going to be hit in a massive way. Dark moon is going to be reflecting on his values with quartz, with missiles. Oh yeah, Saturn is coming to that 641. There it is. This is going to have to do with Trump as well. It's going to have to do with Trump. I swear I see Ghislaine Maxwell here. I'm always seeing her. It's like they are still, it's like they are still running the show in a massive way. Crazy, crazy times, guys. It's crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's Denmark. It would be Denmark. That's can't pull a chart for Greenland. It has to be Denmark. Yeah, but what is Denmark? What would Greenland have to do with this war? Today, Raytheon had all computer servers went down since 10:30 this morning. Still down, really? That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Cinderella, because that's exactly what's going on. If that's the case, oh yeah, we just saw that. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Computers. It's not in the news. It's not in the news. Raytheon computers. Computer servers. I'm not seeing it, girl. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I know Striker is still down, but there's something else that's happening like right now. Like right now. We just may not be hearing about it yet. Hmm. I mean, I've got Raytheon, but I think I do. I think I've got Raytheon. Let's look at it right now. I don't see it in the news, Cinderella. Yeah, I just don't see it in the news. It was 1 hour ago. Denmark planned to blow up Greenland runways if U.S. invaded. Wow. Denmark was ready to blow up airfields to stop a U.S. invasion of Greenland. I mean, how can we be in Iran, be in Greenland, be in Cuba? I mean, I don't know. I'm so confused. It's just to take our mind off of Charlie Kirk, take our mind off of ICE, take our mind off of this, take our mind off of Epstein. I mean, I really truly think that this is the most ridiculous, unbelievable. Netanyahu backs off Iran oil strikes. Denmark prepped for U.S. threat. Oh my God. What in the actual hell? Yeah, I mean, because of the ice age. Yeah, I get that. But these are cycles. I mean, we are always going to go through these cycles, but I can see why. But I mean, oh Lord, 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 Lord. Well, what happened with Raytheon is Saturn has been opposing their north node. Saturn is up here in the ninth house. So, and Saturn is making its way. Saturn is making its way to Raytheon. It's not even, it's about to make contact. I mean, Saturn, when it comes to that 433, I mean, it's still going to be here in Aries, but it's going to make contact. It's going to activate that Chronos, and that's all about the money, the assets, the money and the stock, right? We can see that Neptune today with Raytheon, Neptune today at a 146 is clouding the Saturn right here in the second house of values. There's a lot going on, and they're hitting the pockets. Definitely hitting the pockets. This is a big deal. This is definitely a big deal, guys. They have a major disordered aggression with the United States relationships. This is relationships with the United States. So they have a lot of disordered aggression when it comes to overseas, the overseas lobbyists and relationships that the United States has. So there's so much that's coming. They may not make it. They may not make it. The dark moon is at a 1005. It's coming to their Mars in the fourth house. So they got a ways to go before they get out of the they got a ways to go before they get out of the trenches, and they may not make it. Just may not make it, Let's look at Denmark. Well, they're not reporting it. That's exactly why, Cinderella, that we are seeing the opposition with Neptune, because it's cloudy. We're not seeing it. Neptune doesn't want us to see what is really there with the authority that is over Raytheon. You see what I'm saying? So that is exactly why. It's exactly why we're not seeing it. Now we know. Now we know why we're not seeing it. Because the opposition with Neptune and their Saturn is why. Huh. Can't make it up, guys. Can't make it up. So what I can see with Denmark is that the wisdom, okay, the wisdom is already there with Denmark. We can already see it because this 1709 is coming down into a 1708, and that is about their health and home. It's about health and home. And this 1708 is also here with things of the past. They've been here, done that. They've got the ticket, and this 0027 is Netanyahu. That's the relationship that wants to affect their health. It's not Trump, it's Netanyahu. Let's look at it. 0027. Pretty sure that's in his chart, and it is. There's divine justice here. That's the warring that has taken place all day today. Lots and lots of warring. So Netanyahu, that 0027 is how he connects to Denmark. Okay? He connects there to a relationship that brings a lot of attention. So once the 1709 comes down to the 1708 in their outer wheel, and it hits them pretty hard, that's what then it's going to come down to a 1707 right here with relationships and the law. The law. 1707, they're going to have the wisdom. The Jupiter is also military. Jupiter is also the runways at the airport. Oh, yeah. Damn, they're having a Saturn return. So that's why. The Saturn return is right here. Man, so they may not make it. We actually may go in there, guys. We may actually go in there. Unbelievable. Because they're having a Saturn return. Well, hell. So the other connection that Denmark has with Netanyahu, there it is, the 2500. That Uranus shaking things up with war. war. So Netanyahu's 2500. It's bringing a lot of attention to Denmark and the warring. There it is with his magnetism. There it is. So this is Netanyahu's wars. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is Netanyahu's wars, guys. I can't make it up. It's got his signature all over Denmark. I'm not making it up. We're seeing it. Like real time. We're seeing it. Crazy. Crazy shit. Crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, and the Saturn return that is coming for Denmark, it's also creating a lot of warring with him personally. This isn't Israel's chart. This is him. This is it's coming to him. And there's a lot of opposition with his public image. And Saturn is opposing all of that with his work, with his public image. So, saying. Interesting. Interesting indeed. It really pisses me off to think that we just can't stop. We just can't stop talking about all the different countries that we're going to. Bringing our men and women just totally take. Look, you want to take America down? Here's the way I see it. If you want to take America down, all you got to do is befriend her. Talk about all this religious rhetoric. Get us, we the people, for years. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel. Making it like it's a big thing with Jesus and Christianity and all this. And this is the birthplace and Israel. Israel wasn't even there. It wasn't even there. It wasn't even created. It was created in 1948 by Zionists. This isn't the Israel that we should be standing with. They kill innocent men and women and kids, starving them, laughing about it. Think it's a joke. Think it's funny. It's like a video game. Trump's not sending himself. He's not sending Barron. He's not sending his friends' kids to war. He doesn't care. They don't care. And to say it's red, black, Democrat, Republican, they're all the same. They don't give a shit. They really don't care. You want to take us down? Befriend us, deceive us. Who does that sound like? Well, in the Bible, it talks about the Antichrist. Everybody thinks the Antichrist is AI, and this and this. No, it's Israel. It's not Israel. It's Netanyahu. It's him and his party. That's who it is. They took out Charlie Kirk. They're taking people out left and right, blaming it on this one, that one, the other one. I don't buy it. I don't buy it, not one bit. They can program somebody else. I ain't programming me. Nope. We can see it in the charts. We can literally see it in the charts. So it is what it is. Is what it is. Can't fix manage to control it, but what we can do is not support unended wars. Thousands and thousands of men and women dying. There is a Raytheon in Tucson. Well, there you go, Jay Wood Mimi. There it is. There it is. Thank you for seeing that. That's some wisdom right there. There's the relationship, guys. That's the relationship. It hits Netanyahu first, and then it hits Arizona. So it is what it is. There is a ship that I want to look at. Okay. Let me go back to my notes. There's a ship. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to look and Google and see if there's anything that's happening with this ship and Italy. Italy. I love it when we work together. It just comes around like a donut. let's see. News. Something's going on in Italy today with their home. Giorgia Meloni is a winning streak in Rome and Brussels. Nope, that's not it. Referendum could be Meloni's biggest test yet. Meloni posted a video urging Italians to approve constitutional change in a referendum. That could be it. That could be it because there's a weight on Italy. There's a weight to offset loss of gas. Okay. Okay, so this could be it right here. Because it's a 24-48 and it's going to be coming back and forth, back and forth. But today it's on Italy and the USS Mixture. See what's going on. There's nothing. Eyes on the prize. Joe Medina looks through a navigational holiday during a general quarters drill about the USS Mixture in the U.S. fleet area. Of operations. This was February 15th, 2026. Navy Petty Officer First William McCann. Eyes on the prize. What does that mean? Navigational. Okay, where is it? Where is it right now? Where is the, yeah, today, like today. Where is it at? Not showing us. Let's go to AI. Deployed to the U.S. Fifth Fleet operations and was last reported operating in the Arabian Sea as an independent deployer. The guided missile destroyer is supporting maritime security and stability with the U.S. Central Command CENTCOM area of responsibility. As of March 16th, it was officially tracked in the Arabian Sea alongside other independent deployed destroyers. Okay. This is a ship that we want to keep an eye on. It's definitely a ship we want to keep an eye on. Let me go ahead and make sure. That's August 7th. Nope. Make sure that we're not seeing anything yet with it. Two years ago, 7 months ago. Nope. Not seeing anything. All right. So, guys, this is one that we want. Let me go ahead and pull it up because this is one that we want to keep an eye on. Just in case. I really, guys, the dark moon is going to be coming to their midheaven. So this is not good. This is definitely about missiles and planes and the airport. This is not good. We got a ways to go with Denmark, and it's just not good. Oh, lordy, lordy. And it could have to do, definitely could have to do with us trying to prepare for a Carrington event because we are past due for a Carrington event. We know this. We've been talking about it. We look at Richard Carrington's chart all the time. We look at the observatories as well. You know, I've got those charts, so we look at them. But, you know, we do have these cycles, and everything is cyclic with the sun cycle. So we do know that we are past due for a Carrington event. Regardless, no matter where we're at, we could still be affected in a major way, no matter where we're at on this planet. And it does, you know, coincide with a lot of major changes with us, with our atmosphere, with the atmospheric conditions, the weather, all of that. All of that. So, yeah, it's not looking good for Denmark. It's not good. It's really not good. So just take it to the bank. I mean, just, you know, say your prayers. We haven't even, there's going to be a breakup with a lot of groups with Denmark. Denmark is going through it. And we just got to keep them in our thoughts and prayers and close to our heart. with a lot of care. So let's look at the USS Mixture. Right there. So I keep seeing this one come into transit a lot. So we may not be hearing anything about it, because it is wartime. We may not be hearing anything. But if we do, when we do, I want us to be thinking about what it is that is showing up in the transits. Okay, Raytheon is right next to Fort Huachuca. Yeah, I've got it on the map. I just forgot. I've got it on Charlie's map and Miss Nancy's map. So we have this ship that we definitely need to watch because they've just had a wake-up call with their physician. There's just been a wake-up call. That's 1805. Well, when it came to the 1803, it activated their physician that brings enlightenment through the governing bodies, through the government. So it was a shakeup. This has just happened just a few hours ago. And because it's just happened a few hours ago, we want to see what else it is because I want you to see that their relationships are in Leo. They are also in Virgo. And we have all of this Piscean energy that is actually in their first house. So all that Piscean energy is right here. And the Piscean energy is about their life path. Everything that they are going to be going through in the sea with groups is shown here. So all this Piscean energy, Mars has just went over their Selena. So it's just taught them about a few things with aircraft. Lots of warring. Something that they have learned that we have not heard about. Yeah, because look, Venus this morning has just went over the 1728 with their values of the war. So something is happening with them today. Don't know what it is. Obviously, it's about the war. But something is going to be going down with them today. Will we hear something else about another school? I hope not. I really do. I hope not. That's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Raytheon has 50 sites headquartered in Arlington, Virginia. Yes. There are Raytheons everywhere. Yes, there is. But the Raytheon that I would have been seeing this morning, like Jaywood Mimi was saying, is Arizona. It was the one in Arizona. Because that's where the relationship was. It hit Netanyahu and then Arizona. So that's the one I'm talking about. Because Virginia is not in the transits right now. Let's see. This was earlier. All those 25s. 25, 2503, 2503, 2531. So Chiron is going to be coming to a friendship, relationships, partnerships with this ship. And eventually, Pallas is going to make contact with Vulcan. It's going to activate their sun with a investigation. So anything that we're going to see that's going to be an oopsie, it could definitely be from this carrier. Definitely. Because the weight is just going to keep going back and forth over their health, over their public image and missiles and their planes. Their planes. Yes, their planes. Okay. Mars is definitely going to be coming, eventually. Yeah, they're just not. This is one that we, again, I'm watching all of them, but again, this is the one that's in transit today that I'm really focused on. So let's move it, move it, move it. Let's move on along. Let me look at India. What is going on with India in this war? I don't know. I haven't, or the UK, but I did see India in the upcoming transits. So I want to look at it today. Look at them today. Yep, Saturn is going to be coming here with India right after it goes to Netanyahu. It's going to come to India. So we're going to have some problems with India. With the communications with India, let's see what's going on with India. Hold up. Pluto has already opposed them and their communications. So Pluto has moved off, but Pluto will eventually go back in retrograde. There is definitely going to be problems going down in India with the dark moon, with the relationship. There is going to be some type of warring with India, possibly at a church. Hmm. It's happening in India, guys. Their fate was just shaken up with the lunar nodes. See this 2811, it was just shaken up a few days ago with groups, with emails, with, networking and all of that. We just had a reigniting of a flame here. They're really being opposed. Here, hold on. Let me look at India. Let's just stop the hell's going on. Preload national ID app. Why AI has not yet upset India's IT industry. Russian oil bound for China. Russian oil bound for China is diverted as India grabs more. Government denies social media claims that 3,000 Ukrainians entered India. Gas shortage risks pushing India towards polluting fuels. Iran's chokehold and Hormuz threatens India's beloved samosas and chai. Crisis. India turns to U.S. to secure supplies as Strait of Hormuz disruptions continue. Air India's flight to nowhere. Wrong plane. 8 hours in air. There it is. There's a flight to nowhere for the passengers on board an Air India flight bound for Vancouver. Returned to Delhi after nearly 8 hours in the air, as the airline mistakenly deployed an aircraft that did not have the regulatory clearance to enter Canada. Oh, shit. Air India. Well, well, huh, I don't know that they're not going to be dragged in. Don't don't know that they ain't going to be dragged in, because I mean, Chiron hasn't even come to this 2509 and 10 to activate it. It's not even come there. And Chiron and the goddess of war, all this Aries energy right here is in their 11th house of groups and how they bring in money through the sea. I don't know that they're not going to be pulled in somehow, some way. It would not surprise me, not one bit. God, would not surprise me a bit. They're going to have a relationship with the justice of the international flight. There's going to be a justice come. That's coming. Okay. So let's move on. Strait of Hormuz has closures due to threats. Okay. That's good. That's good. Because they need to be. Today is not looking like a good day for the attention on Netanyahu or kids. Or kids. Or kids. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's so bad. Mahdi visited Israel on 2/25/26. Yep. I don't know that they're not going to be dragged into it. This could be a world war. Big time. I definitely see King Charles with all of this. In and out, in and out. I can see him in and out of the transits. So I know that they are trying their best. Trying their best. Let me go back to my other paper here. So we're going to have, it's March 31st. I'm showing is a big day. So we got 11 days for that. I'll wait for that. Oh, I got Jupiter square Mars today. Okay, so Jupiter is squaring Mars today. I've got that. Jupiter is squaring Mars. Let's look at the transits right now with Jupiter. Jupiter and Mars. So this is going to be, well, we already see what that is. Okay, so Jupiter is actually trining Mars right now. I don't know when it's supposed to square it. I've got square. It's actually in a trine. No. Jupiter is in Cancer. So yeah, it's definitely a I bet I meant Saturn. It's square Venus. Yeah, it's squaring Venus. So Jupiter is squaring Venus today. It's not. So this Venus at a 1754 is squaring up with Jupiter at a 1514. The 1514 is going to come to hold on, Chronos. This 1531 is this 1532 with Chronos is coming down to the 1531 with Virginia, New Jersey, and Korea, Utah. So North Korea, Utah, Virginia, New Jersey. When Chronos gets there, and it is, I think it's going to station at that 1531. Man, it's going to be big. There'll definitely be a devouring energy at home, and it'll be a timing of it. It's all about this timing. Okay, so right now, China, Netanyahu, it's right now that reigniting of a flame is taking place with relationships. It's wild. Absolutely wild. There's something else is coming. Something is coming. Something else is happening. As Mercury is stationing, there is something else that I'm just not seeing. Something has just taken place with Netanyahu. He has just ordered something. I can see it. It's just not in the news yet. It won't be in the news yet. Let me see. Who else do I have? 2 hours ago, 2 Indian ships flagged. There it is. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Marianne, that you're interested and that you have an interest here. I'm so happy. And I'm so happy that you're a member, really. I love this. I love having a tribe here. That we're just, we're all learning together. I've been doing it for years, but there's a lot of things that you guys bring to the table when I'm seeing it and you're like, "Hey, this just happened." That's more than, you know, that's more than what I can ask for. More than what I can ask for. Let's look at Putin. Let's see what's going on with him. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Because the dark moon has just went over him first. And then it goes over Nettie. Then it went over Nettie. Let's look. Hold on. Where's the transits again? Right there. That was at 3 o'clock. Now let's look. Yeah, see, when it gets to that 1706, let's go back to, I want to show you something. I want to show you something with Iran. So the 1709 is going to come down, right? And then it's going to come down to the 1708. Then it's going to come down to the 1707 with Denmark. And then after that, it's going to come down to a 1706 with Vladimir. And it's right here. It's with his 12th house, things of the past, with things that he has done with the law. Okay. And with the war. And there's going to be a lot of wisdom. He will hold the wisdom. This is a wisdom holder. Poseidon is a wisdom holder about the sea because Poseidon rules the sea. All right. So what we're seeing with him is all of this Piscean energy. All this Piscean energy here is transiting in the 5th house, the way that he creates. This is children. This is competition with the war. Okay. And the 2617 that he has, that he's going to get a wake up call. It's coming. He's going to get a wake up call on top of his wake up call. Major investigations. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before Palace gets to that 2617. And we got a ways. The 1356 that you see with Hades is going to come to Vladimir's 1355, his son, how he brings in money, the health of his friends, and the government. And so this 1355, there's going to be a huge weight, huge. And it's going to last for days. Look, let's see how long it lasts. When does that 1356 come down to the 1355? Let's look. Shoot. I also want to go back to Netanyahu. Nope. I want to look at Israel. Nope. Okay. Just making sure. Because there's other people that have this 1355, and I can't remember who it is. It'll be made known to me, though. What we seek seeks us, right? 1355. Oh, damn. Hades is going to be on that 1356. And it's just going to station at the 1356. It's not going to come to that 1355. This is not good. Okay, so it's not going to move off of that 1356 until April 4th. Guys, it is going to station. And when it does, this is when that ship, this is when the ship, probably when it stations, okay? The 26th, we got another week for it to station at a hard station. And when it does, that ship could have some major problems. that carrier. I'll study it. I will study it for sure. Because as it stations here, it becomes more and more intense. More intense. And Saturn is coming to those 450s. The 450 with Iran, 451, 452, all the way up to 458 with China and Netanyahu. The 459, the 449. I mean, this is when we are getting in. Wow. We are truly getting into a deep, deep time period with this war. Uh, 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 uh. And I do worry about the ships, the carriers, because some of them do have these 1350s. Okay, so this is going to station is going to start coming back up. And as it does come back up, when it finally does come back up, look at that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Not good. We got a lot to be talking about before we actually get there, too. Lots to talk about with this war and looking at everybody because as we get into April, you're going to see Uranus is going to come to a critical degree. And the critical degree is everything having to do with the Earth's resources, our Earth, depleting her. And there could definitely be shakeups. I'm talking about not just with the war, but with the Earth. Our resources, our values, we the people, because we, the people, there could be definitely blackouts, outages, food outages, farmers. Oh man, it's depressing, ain't it? It's just depressing. They just sent out ships, names of ships they just sent out. They sent half dozen ships to Strait of Hormuz, India. I know, what has Denmark done? He just wants to I mean, it's just unbelievable. Following a U.S. sanctions waiver, this move aims to secure energy needs during supply disruptions caused by the escalating U.S.-Iran war. I'll have to get them, Michelle. I'll have to see when they were commissioned, what time they were commissioned, and all that to pull them up. As of March 2026, India has ramped up purchases of Russian oil to approximately 1.8 million barrels per day, with state and private refiners securing around 30 million barrels in early March. As long as the strait is controlled by Iran, the entire global supply will have to shift. Exactly, Janet. India is aggressively buying oil. Okay. Raytheon just canceled weekend. You've been doing tarot since you were 5 and still learning. Wow, Marianne. Wow. You are more than welcome. Whenever we have reading nights, you're more than welcome to come up here and read. You are more than welcome to. Just just tell me to put the link down and you can always come up and do some reading for us, honey. You can always do that. So I'm giving some dates, that we can look at that are coming. Some things I may not see, some things I'm seeing, but at this, man, we need to check out. The sea is something that is, with Mars being in Pisces, this is a big deal having to do with anything with the ships in the sea. It's also about the drones, what we are not seeing, what is cloudy, what we are not really understanding and seeing, what we're not hearing. Because that's what Pisces does. It clouds and fogs everything. Miscommunications for sure. And Mars is a vehicle. Okay, so we're going to be looking at anything that is moving, that's got movement. especially having to do with the sea. So we got major problems. We got a lot of action. Mars, Aries, look, it doesn't think. It just moves. It just goes. It's hasty. Doesn't have a plan. So we don't have a plan for the Strait of Hormuz. And that is what the Mars is showing us. We don't have a plan. It's foggy. And our ships, our carriers are in dire risk. I've been saying it, going to continue to say it until they come home and everybody's good. They are at risk. Let's look at Pete Hedgeseth for a minute, because this energy with the 1356 is going hard. Where is he at? Department of Justice. Let me just pull him up again. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't say it enough. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. If you haven't, that's okay. Just go out of the live, hit the thumbs up, and come back in. Really appreciate you guys. Let's see. I can definitely see him on, let's see, the 1147. That's what it is. Look, hold on. Let me go back. He rises with an 1147. There it is. Yep. There it is. As soon as that 1356 moves off and goes to that 1357, the dark moon comes and sits on his ascendant, 1146, 1147. At first, he is going to receive information. First, he's going to receive information, and that information he receives then is going to hit his ascendant, is going to hit him, his body, in a hard way. He's going to feel it. Maybe not literally, but definitely he's going to feel a lot of anger. And we can see that Selena, there's things that he's going to learn that's going to be expansive. We also notice that he has Mars in Virgo. It's a 1246. Mars is now a 14, and it's right here in the third house of communications. So that's the drone opposing him. The drone opposing him. He may find out. If there's drones or anything like that, there may be something, if there's more drones or whatnot that is, trying to attack him, well, he could be finding stuff out and he could be really pissed off. That's coming. And the 2941 that is just going to pass with Hygeia on this day, that's definitely Russia and Israel. Russia and Israel. Vladimir. Vladimir. It's definitely Vladdy. There's a reigniting of a flame that is going to oppose him too. I mean, all this Piscean energy with the sea, with the ships, it's all right here. And he can't see. He's not able to see clearly. All of that with the communications. Communications are foggy. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. It's exactly what it is. This is going to be a day. Yeah. This is when there's going to be another opposition with Iran and children. Right. There's so much. I just don't see how we're going to get out of it. And look at that. The 714, 712. Wow. 714, 712. Look at that. There it is. The school. There's going to be a school. There's going to be another one. God dang. We got a lot to go through. You're welcome, Janet. Thank you, honey. I think it's, it takes some of the pressure off when we're somewhat aware. We don't know, exactly what is going to be coming down, but when we are aware, it kind of gives us something to do other than worry. We can look forward to, it sounds messed up, but we could definitely look forward to learning the astrology and how it's like an onion that we're just peeling. So today, we've got this 2504, and the 2504 is coming to the 2508. So we're going to see that. We're going to see that. Let me tell you when that's going to happen, when there's going to be a lot of pain with the Strait of Hormuz and maybe oil, maybe the sea, a mine, something happened to do with that 2508. Let's look at that. Hold on. Let's see when Chiron is coming there. So that's going to be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, the 2508 with Chiron is going to activate. It's going to activate there. Mars and Pisces. And then Eris, the goddess of war and strife, she is going to be at that 25 degree for the next couple of days. And then by the 22nd, she moves off of Denmark and Netanyahu. But it's going to take a couple of days. It'll be Sunday when she moves off, when Eris moves off. And then the 2508 is going to be coming into transit again on April 2nd. So whatever it is that we see with that 2508, with Chiron hitting, activating their Mars, whatever it is, there's going to be a retaliation on April 2nd. It will be. It definitely will be, because that 1704 is coming into transit as well. So it's gonna be periodic. It's gonna, and that 2510, there it is. There will be a justice. They're gonna retaliate. They'll retaliate on April 2nd. Yep, Hedge Seth was a frequent speaker at TPUSA events. And then Charlie flipped on his views. Exactly. Exactly. And, I want everybody to realize something. And you may, if I were to show you, okay, so I can't show you the text. I mean, I guess I could. I could show you the text that me and Shauna was having, but let me tell you something. It's a little, so I have this chart, okay? I have this chart and I call it the Christ chart. And I got it years ago. I got it in a way that you probably wouldn't believe me, even if I told you, okay? You just wouldn't. It's an experience, right? It was a weird experience. And so I've got the chart. I've never shown the chart to anybody. And it's Shauna's birthday. And I'm feeling like sharing is caring. And I did something that I normally have never done. And I showed her the chart. I compared the chart with her. I compared the chart with China. I compared the chart with Elon and Donald Trump. And we were talking about spirituality. We were talking about astrology and this Christ chart and the things that were coming, the things that are going to have to come for us as we, the people, to have this spiritual awakening. So we were talking, and her birthday was on the 9th. And so I'm really feeling like, sharing this information. So I share it to her. And I said, the 10th at 1:15 Nashville time is going to be so intense. And it's affecting the Christ chart. It's affecting the Christ chart. And Charlie was a defender of Christ. And he had a repentance take place. He had a change of heart, a change of mind about Israel. And when I tell you that that chart was activated that day, it was. And the next day at 5 o'clock, Shauna texted me and she said, I don't remember what time it was. Well, she had the chart, you know. She's like, I don't remember what the timestamp was, but this is what happened. You need to check it out. And I was like, oh my God. You know, like I woke up with her cash apping me. She was like, I can't believe it. You know, thank you so much for teaching me. And I'm like, what's going on? And then she tells me about Charlie. And I'd never known who Charlie was. I didn't know who Charlie was until that day. And when I tell you the Christ chart activated that day, let me tell you, one day I may just do a members only and share it with you guys. And the only reason why I haven't shared it publicly is because I don't want to hear, well, he wasn't born that day. He wasn't. This is what I call the Christ template. It's just a template. Doesn't mean that he had to be born that day. It could be me. It could be my higher self. It could be, I don't know. I was listening to a lecture one day, headed to my grandmother's, sitting at the red light. And I heard, I've got the lecture up loud. And I heard in my mind's eye, I've never heard this before, never happened again. I was born on such and such and such at such and such time. And I started laughing and I turned the lecture down and I just laughed out loud by myself. And I'm like, what is just happening? Like, am I going crazy or what? What just happened? And why wouldn't I have thought that? That is so obvious. It is so obvious that would be his birth time and his birthday. It's so obvious. So, you know, maybe one day we'll do a members only because I've been needing to do a members only. And maybe one day I'll share it with you guys. It's, you know, it's kind of freaky. It is. It's still freaky to this day to see how people align with it. It's wild. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Hedgeseth is among those wanting religious Armageddon. Exactly. Exactly. And so it would be fun to like do a members only with this chart and compare it to different people that are in our world today that are leading the world into chaos. Okay. It would be a lot of fun, I think. So y'all let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments right here. Let me know what you think. You know, it's, I don't know how to explain it. You know, when things happen that are unexplainable with physics, you know, I'm doing like one time I was doing a reading. I was looking at Casey Anthony. I was looking at this case and the wind was not blowing outside at all. And my chime, my mom had given my son a chime for like this housewarming gift. I don't even remember. And he moved and I took it. Like, swipe, it's mine now. I took it and I put it on my front porch. And this chime happened to come out off the hook and hit my front door while I was doing it. Crazy things like that have happened to me and I just can't explain them. But the only way that I can explain them is through the chart because I will screenshot something. I will look at the time and I will look at it and I'll pull it up and I'm like, whoa, that's a trip. That is crazy that happened. You know, I've my stepdaughter that passed away with anaphylactic shock. Her stuff was sitting upstairs. Her light was unplugged and the light bulb blew. And it's things that you just can't explain. I can't explain why I would have gotten an audible. It doesn't mean that I'm psychic or I'm a medium. I just think that we are all conduits. And if we are putting a lot of energy into something, It could be that that energy is being transformed in us. I don't know. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it, but it's cool. It's cool. But the night that I was seeing this with Charlie, Sean and I were texting, and then we were talking on the phone for like 2 hours. And I was going back and forth, you know how I do on here. And I was going back and forth with the charts. And then the last one was Elon. And I'm telling you, when it comes to Charlie Kirk's death, Elon was in transit, Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein, Netanyahu. He was definitely in transit that day. So is Utah. So take that for what it's worth. I'm just waiting on everybody to catch up because it's an inside job. They took him out for turning against Israel. That's what happens. That's what happens. And to say that this is a spiritual war between Christianity, no, this is a spiritual war between dogma and the inner truth, because Christ never wrote a book. He said, I am within. Everybody, the physics, everything points, all the great teachers point to God being within. God is within. This is where we seek. Our temple is within. We don't need anything outside of us. It is within us already. And that is what the Christ, the red letters, would say. But he never wrote anything down. So everything is speculation. Everything. Charlie Kirk talked about seeing lights. Interesting. Interesting. If you have any, send that to me. Talked about seeing lights. Like what kind of lights? I think Charlie was very gifted. He was very gifted. And, you know, what they used on him isn't something that we've ever seen. That's new technology. And I would say that it could be new technology that is going back to Israel. Because if we see Trump, we see Elon, we see Maxwell and Epstein and Israel all in, and Netanyahu all in that chart with Charlie, that's why it was so intense with the Christ template too. And so I pegged it the exact time. The exact time. It's just Nashville time is just a different, time zone than Utah. So as it was happening at 12:15, I'm seeing it happen at 1:15. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was wild. Yeah, the light is within us all. We are consciousness expressing ourselves. He talked about a light flicker. Interesting. Interesting. A light flicker. I'll have to look into that. A microburst tore the center of the giant eucalyptus and threw across the yard. Let me tell you something. We need to have a members only where we can talk about stuff like this because it's so cool. I love it. My stepson passed away of leukemia, and I woke up and my mother said that he was hovering over her. He was talking to her. And I believe that. I was talking to my brother that night that he passed away, and I was talking to him at the time we had AOL, and the answer machine came on. The answer machine came on right after my brother said, intuition is the forgotten sense, Jen. If you think he's coming to you, then he is. And as soon as he said that, the answer machine came on. The phone never rang. It was just things like that. Energy is conducive. We are conduits. The light, the darkness, they live within us. And the light is always going to overcome the darkness, especially if you have a good intent. If you have a good heart. And sometimes we just have to change our mind. And Charlie changed his mind. He didn't want dirty money. He just didn't. I think that they definitely use something with microwave. Some type of microwave. Some type of energy microwave. I don't know because I don't know the tip, but I'm thinking it has something to do with microwave. Flickering lights can remind Christians to place trust in God's promises rather than the external experiences. Thanks. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Yep. So, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I hope that I've taught you a little bit of something about what could be coming up. We didn't look at China. We didn't look at Pakistan, but I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow and we'll be doing the same thing again. I do have company coming in. Jill will be here. We're going to be searching for Sebastian on Sunday. Jeff and I and her, that we'll all three be searching for Sebastian on Sunday. So Sunday is out. So I'm going to try to get in a live again tomorrow. Sunday night, I could probably go live. I'll probably go live Sunday night about the search, but tomorrow I'll definitely be back on. We'll definitely be talking about this. We could be talking about Nancy too, mixed in with this, because Nancy and her relationship with Miss Clinton is in transit all day today, all day, all day. So what time tomorrow? It'd probably be after I get my coffee, get my thumbnail out. So probably, between maybe 12 and 2, something like that. It just depends. It just depends on how quick I get up and get to going. It takes me a hot minute to get my coffee and, do my thing. Thank you so much, Dinah. Thank you, Jaywood, Mimi, and Coco Gomez. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Janet, all of you. Cinderella, I couldn't, you guys really bring things to life. It's like when I'm talking about the transits, then you guys come in and you're like, well, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. We're all working together for a common cause. I love it. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Seriously. I just love you. Just love you. So hope you have a good day. Friday, TGIF. Y'all be safe tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow. And if anything crazy happens, I might be back on tonight. Okay. Just never know about me. But anyway, guys, peace out.